miles from you. So I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever. Though you can't deny, hold it all inside. No, you can trust me, just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around. I'll be around. Yeah. You're not scared of love, just scared of love. Alright, alright, enough. Just tell me if you want my love or not, or not. 'Cause I don't wanna be that one. Still a million miles from you, yeah. So I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever. Though you can't deny, hold it all inside. No, you can trust me, just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around. 'Cause I don't wanna be that one. No, still a million miles from you. So I'm gonna let you go. You go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever. Though you can't deny, hold it all inside. No, you can trust me, just close your eyes, knowing that I'm
Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man, tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my loyalty, my loyalty. I let you in back then because I couldn't see. But now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't ever lied, I had to leave. Handle your business, do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God, that's my witness. Past the point of no return, I'm on a mission. Tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my
she's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that you'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Somebody said, don't be afraid of loving yourself, 'cause that is all you got in the end. You got in the end. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that'll make her feel better? Make her feel better. And that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Yeah, that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own.
Yeah. I want a house in the hills I pay big bills for. I ain't got in pocket. I wanna empty out my wallet. I wanna stop motion, stand still. Wallace and Gromit. I wanna talk more endlessly. I wanna neurotically vomit. I want more dollars from my mama. I want a palace in Prada. I want a Gucci bag where I can store my sorrows and hardships. I wanna gold plate my finance. I want
Afraid, emotions getting in your way. Afraid, but why you let me fall in love if you're afraid to commit? And don't call me in the middle of the night and say that you're not able to be loved. That's not right. No, I don't wanna be that one. Still a million miles from you. So I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew. Not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever. Though you can't still a million miles from you. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you go. Oh boy, if you only knew, not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever, though you can't deny. Hold it all inside. No, you can trust me. Just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around. 'Cause I don't wanna be that one. No, still a million miles from you. So I'm gonna let you go. You go. Oh boy, if you only knew, not a day goes by without you on my mind. You couldn't go on together. You said nothing lasts forever, though you can't deny. Hold it all inside. No, you can trust me. Just close your eyes, knowing that I'm around.
Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. But don't waste my energy, my energy. I don't got much, don't be wasting all my energy. I keep it tight, don't let nobody get close to me. My heart is right, don't question my integrity. No, I thought we would be just fine, and I thought your heart was like mine. But let me find out, you've been going around throwing shots, running plots. Come on, man, tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my loyalty, my loyalty. I let you in back then because I couldn't see, but now it's clear you ain't ever been true to me. My intuition ain't ever lied, I had to leave. Handle your business, do what you think you need to do to get your revenge. But you won't break me, God as my witness. Past the point of no return, I'm on a mission. Tryna block my blessings, but no need for comparisons. What's from me won't be from me. Yeah, I'ma go through just to grow through. But pay me what you owe me for, I make what you've been saying about me true, true. Tell him I need my money right now. Brought me the juice, they stole out my crown. Yeah. Sorry to tell you, I know my value. I'm gonna recoup, yeah. Don't waste my.
She's putting all of her cards down on the table, knowing there's no way that she'll be able to win this one. But she's somebody else in the making. First, she just gotta stop all the faking, and she'll be there. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like this forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? her feel better, then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Somebody said, don't be afraid of loving yourself, 'cause that is all you got in the end. You got in the end. But she's wondering if it's gonna feel like she's forever. Wondering if it's gonna feel like this whenever she leaves her safe space. She leaves her safe space. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that will make her feel better? Make her feel better. Then that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own. Wondering if it is forever, or is there some place that'll make her feel better? Make her feel better. And that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Yeah, that's where she'll go. That's where she'll go. Talking to myself 'cause I don't know what I want. Yeah, I'm here talking to myself like someone's gonna respond. I'm getting tired of myself 'cause I don't know what I want. But I'm not out here on my own.
Yeah. I want a house in the hills I pay big bills for. I ain't got in pocket. I wanna empty out my wallet. I wanna stop motion, stand still. Wallace and Gromit. I wanna talk more endlessly. I wanna neurotically vomit. I want more dollars from my mama. I want a palace in Prada. I want a Gucci bag where I can store my sorrows and hardships. I wanna gold plate my partners. I want endless tomorrows. I want a lot more than I got right now. But that's the problem. You could give me every little thing I'd ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all. Yeah, you can give me every little thing I ever want, but I'd never have enough till the day I had it all.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be just a little more than I can give you.
Second thought, I want $1 for everyone, not just for my mama. I wanna hit the ball out on random pedestrians. I want my questions to be answered till my brain bored and questionless. I want more self-assurance. I don't ever want to second guess. I want someone to shut the fuck up. Less heat trying to tell me yes again. I want so many best friends that I can't tell what friendship is. I want the diamonds, gold, and glitter. I want fast cars I'll never whip. I want it all till I'm empty in my castle of everything.
Oh, I see what you want, baby, but it might be just a little more than I can give you.
I want a cushy job that pay big bills and cheap thrills. Wanna mob out with my homies like Timmy, Tommy, and Dill. I'm not trying to be famous, okay, maybe a lil. Since I'm a rapper, I should buy me some grills and gold frills that I can sleep on while I contemplate pills and peep on, hold still. Might sedate you, just a fire at will. I got an appetite for hardship, big fish meets krill. Don't sleep, don't spill, I ain't got my fill. I want the beauty queen to make me show my pearly whites. The type of movie scene that make you count your blessings twice. It's not the only thing that's on my list, I checked it twice and sent it off to Santa's elves like I've been playing nice.
I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want. Oh, I see what you want, but it
times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, we're such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to
Yeah.
work things out. Oh, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Can we be honest? You're my comfort zone. Whatever I say, don't let me go. I know you're angry, babe, and I am cold. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. To work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to work things out.
It didn't work.
Oh, yeah, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out,
It ain't gonna let me.
to work things out, to work things out, to work things out. You broke my heart a million times. Can't count the times I made you cry. Oh, we're such a mess now, and we're burning out. I get so sad at the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. I can't bear the thought of losing you. I'm losing you. You're still perfect as the day goes by. Even the worst ones hate, they make me smile. I stop the world if it would give us time, yeah, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, to work things out, yeah, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Oh, yeah, to work things out, to work things out. Can we be honest? You're my comfort zone. Whatever I say,
Y'all don't understand how busy I am this morning. Good morning, everybody. What time is it? Oh my God. I got you guys sitting here listening to this music. I got 100 things going on over here. It's a Monday, man. Mondays are hectic for me. It's hectic for me. It's hectic for my staff. We got orders. We got computer problems. Our computers be acting up and I'll be changing stuff and then I don't tell my staff and I'll be messing up their program. We all over the place on Mondays, guys. Mondays is like the worst day of the week for me. But I'm glad you're here. Welcome to another episode of Rich People Read, where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. Let me pull up my show notes. Hold on one second. We are currently reading a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. We are reading a book. Did you guys get your copy? I hope everybody ordered their copy. I hope everybody ordered their copy of Rich Dad, Poor Dad. It's a wonderful book. It's a book that I was introduced to in 2001. It was written in 1997 by Robert Kiyosaki. Let's see. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is Robert's story of growing up with two dads. His real father, which was his poor father, and the father of his best friend, which was his rich dad, and the ways in which both men shaped his thoughts about money and investing. This book explodes the myth that you need to earn a high income to be rich and explains the difference between working for money and having your money work for you. And that's what we're discussing, you guys. Today we're reading chapter 7. It's only 9 chapters. You know, we'll be done with this book on Friday. We're going to be done completely with this book on Friday. Today we are knocking out chapter 7 and it's only 12 pages. Chapter 7 is only 12 pages. I hope you guys got a copy of the book. The book is currently going for $7.18. So I want you guys to run over. If you don't, go to the description of this video. You'll see a link. It'll take you straight to Amazon to make sure you get the right version. I want you to get this exact version that I'm holding in my hand. This is the same version that we're currently reading. It's $7.18. I need you to build your reading library. For everybody that's been here with me, reading along with me live in this book club on YouTube, even though you may not have read the pages with your own two eyes, you still read the book because you listened to what the book has to say. That's the difference between reading, physically and an audiobook. We're just basically an audiobook. So just listening to my podcast, you'll be able to say you read the books that we're talking about. So I'm glad that you guys are here. Hey, Lakeisha, I appreciate you guys. Let me scroll up and see who's all here. Lakeisha, my number one moderator, my number one supporter. She's here. Good morning, Lakeisha love. Stephen Day is in the house. Just give my shout out. Miss Dre is here. All my favorite people. You guys always pull up, man. BK from the right. You know what I know what you guys are doing? I know you guys are still doing what you do every day, but you figure, why should I listen to music? Why not just listen to Shannon ramble on? Why don't I just listen to Shannon? What difference does it make if I listen to the latest pop song or I listen to Shannon? Shannon is probably saying something that's going to help me with my life more than listening to the latest Drake song. More than listening to the latest, Soulja Boy, pops, rap song. It's better to just have, if I'm gonna listen to something, why not listen to a podcast? Shout out to you guys for coming up and pulling up and supporting me every time I go live. Thank you so much. BK from the Rockies is in the house. My brother RCC 72 Detroit is in the house. It's good to see you, bro. Who else we got? I'm just scrolling. Kimberly is here. Good morning, Kimberly. I'm glad you're here. And then scrolling really fast. It's going down the line so we can get this out. Eric Jones. What up, Eric? Glad you're here, bro. Alvin is in the house. Our new soldier. Hoorah. Everybody send us a shout out and a salute. Hoorah! To Alvin, one of our newest members of the SR Army. Not the U.S. Army. We are the SR Army. Cool. And then we're going to just jump right into it, man. Hi Kai is in the house. What up, Hi Kai? Hi Kai is getting ready for the new season for his business ventures. He's gonna make a bunch of money. He makes a bunch of money pre-summer and during the summer. Shout out to my man Hi Kai. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for pulling up. And we are getting Marvelette. Marvelette, what are you doing? Everybody, throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Everybody throw your ones up to Marvy. Marvy's in the house, y'all. Mondays are meant to be busy and productive. Yeah, but not hectic. Not hectic. Marvy, I haven't had my shake yet. I haven't had my vitamins yet. No, I did have my vitamins. Take that back. I did. I had my apple cider vinegar and I had my vitamins. Everybody, I take apple cider vinegar. How many of you guys out there take apple cider vinegar? And can you see the difference, or do you see the benefits in taking apple cider vinegar? I take my shot. I take a double shot every morning. I know you're supposed to mix it with water. You put it in your drink and mix it and all that. I straight to the head. Pour it to the head. Hard shot. Boy, apple cider vinegar is no joke. Just bought 2 extra bottles yesterday. I took my apple cider vinegar. I took my 7 vitamins this morning, but I haven't had my morning shake. I'm going to have that afterwards. But I did cheat a little bit because I went to 7-Eleven. Don't you blame me for going to 7-Eleven. Don't you blame me for going to 7-Eleven and cheating on pies and cakes. If I don't have a woman in my life to regulate that. If I had a woman in my life to make sure that the nutrition was what was rock solid tight at the house, I wouldn't go to 7-Eleven and get pies and cakes. But on Mondays, when I take my son to school, I don't know, man. I just fall short of the glory of the how do you say it? I fall short of the glory of God. And so I'm missing the part in there. But anyways, I'm human, y'all. So yeah. Shout out to Marvelette for the $20 super chat. Thank you so much. Oh, that's right. I set my system so when I put a chat on the screen, it doesn't disappear automatically. They added that, that feature wasn't in here, and I had to send them a request, and now they finally added it in the update. Sending feature requests to software actually works. Sometimes the developers listen to you. So now I can get rid of it on my own. I appreciate you guys. Y'all hear y'all just talking shit. Y'all probably hating on me for being a human, but it's all good. It's all good. I know, Lakeisha, no. Lakeisha, no. Shannon, no. Lakeisha, I know. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? My man Eric, he says he likes sea moss. But I don't have no sea moss. I don't know what to do. The kitchen is not my strong point. Okay. There's some people who are really good at one thing and don't know how to do shit else. You got some men, ladies, who's a master at finances, but he don't know how to fucking do nothing. He wouldn't know how to change a tire. He don't know how to he could barely change a light bulb. If the refrigerator goes bad, he don't know what to do with the compressor. He doesn't know how to troubleshoot that. If the dryer stops working, he don't know how to open it up to unlock the dryer to get the clothes out. He has no idea what to do if plumbing goes bad in the house. If the toilet is not working, he wouldn't know what to do. But he knows everything about finances. Some people who's really good at handiwork. He could fix anything. He could fix a wash and dryer. He could fix your car. He could fix everything electronic. You got a room and the power and the outlets in that room don't stop working. He'll figure out what happened. He'll get over to the power box on the outside of the house. He'll make sure that you got a 15 amp circuit breaker in there. He'll move things. He'll make that work. But he wouldn't know the first thing about e-commerce. He don't know the first thing about a website. He wouldn't know. He barely know how to shop at a website. He's like, what's my email, baby? What I do? What the shipping and you get? How do you buy this? They don't even know how to shop on the website, much less run an e-commerce site. Me, unfortunately, and I do not suggest this to people. I used to, but I don't anymore. Is that I know how to do almost everything. I know almost everything about everything. I know how to fix everything. I know how to do everything. I know how to talk about everything, except for nutrition. When it comes to food, I don't even want to talk about it. I don't want to, short of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and a bowl of cereal, don't talk to me about no damn food. I know there's brothers out there that knows everything about spices and cayenne pepper and tume, or is it tume, and salt and sea salt, the difference between, brown sugar and white sugar, and knows how to bake and knows There's some brothers that know how to get into the kitchen and get down. I stay away from the kitchen. I'm allergic to the kitchen. Sorry, that's just me. But I know how to do everything else. There's nothing else you can talk. I installed the heating, the HVAC system in the house. Ran the ducts, did everything, cut the hole, did everything. I can do all of that. I know how to charge the system. But don't ask me to make a lasagna. I don't. I can change. I used to drag race. I could rip the engine out of a car, swap the transmission, change the camshaft, change the fuel injectors, switch out the gears in the transaxle to make the car go faster. I used to street race here in Los Angeles. I used to low ride. I could put 10-inch strokes in a 6'4" Chevy. Be hopping, just like you guys used to see on NWA videos. Hopping, 16 switches. I know how to do all of that. But do not ask me to make a hamburger. Don't ask me to fry no ham. No, don't ask me to fry no chicken. I wouldn't know how to fry chicken. You bite into my chicken, you're gonna have a mouthful of blood. You're gonna have a mouthful of blood because I'm not gonna cook the chicken right. I don't know nothing about it, you guys. So don't y'all blame me for being who I am. I am who I am. All right, guys. Let's get busy. I know I hear you guys over here just talking, but I just be ignoring the chat because y'all have set me off and I don't want to hear nothing crazy. We are getting ready to read chapter 7 of Rich Dad Poor Dad. I appreciate you guys being here. This is for those that don't know, Rich People Read is a live book club where we read a book a month to instruct you in the ways of the successful through the power of reading. We generally read one chapter per day, and we read on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. We've been reading this book for the last 3 weeks. Today, we're going to read chapter 7. Wednesday of this week, we're going to read chapter 8. And then Friday, we're going to finish this book up with chapter 9. And then we're going to move on to the next book for April. I appreciate you guys being here. Let's switch over to our read screen. Let's switch over to our read screen and get ready. I want everybody that owns this book to pull it out. Grab your pen, pencil, highlighter, whatever you do, so you can highlight the parts that are important to you. If you don't like to do that, or if you don't want to do that, or you don't have the book, turn up the volume, put your headphones in. I'm getting ready to read this to you line by line for the next 12 pages. We're going to read chapter 7 together. By listening to me, you'll be able to say you read this book. Appreciate you guys. Let's go. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Chapter 7, Overcoming Obstacles. Overcoming obstacles. The primary difference between a rich person and a poor person is how they manage fear. The primary difference, the main difference between rich folk and poor folk is how they manage fear. Once people have studied and become financially literate, they may still face, hold on, let me adjust this microphone. They may still face roadblocks to becoming financially independent. There are 5 main reasons why financially literate people may still not develop abundant asset column that can produce a large cash flow. The 5 reasons that these people who are financially literate, they know about money, but still can't get rich is 1, fear. 2, cynicism. 3, laziness. I know that's you, right? Don't front. I'm talking to you. Laziness. Number 3 is hitting a lot of y'all. 4, bad habits. Like me, going to 7-Eleven this morning and getting that damn honey bun that I know I shouldn't have got, but I got it anyway. Bad habits. And 5, arrogance. I don't know about that. I kind of like arrogance, but we'll see what he says. Overcoming fear. I have never met anyone who really likes losing money. And in all my years, I have never met a rich person who has never lost money. I have never met a rich person who never lost money. All rich people lose money. But I have met a lot of poor people who have never lost a dime. Damn, that's kind of deep. Sidebar real quick. I have never met a rich person who didn't lose money. All rich people lose money. But I've met a ton of poor people who never lost a dime. They ain't lost a penny. They've never lost no money, but they poor. And these rich people over here, they all lost some money at one point or another, but they rich. Which one would you rather be? Would you rather be the poor person who never lost no money, can sit up and say, "Oh, I ain't never lost no money. I'm good. Every investment or everything that I've ever done has been safe and sound, and I know my money." And your ass is poor or middle class? Or would you rather be rich, millionaire status, right? And be like, yeah, I lost 100,000 on that one. Ah, that was a bad decision I made. Fuck. I lost 240,000 on that deal. But I know better now. Which would you rather be? The poor person who never lost money or the rich person who's lost money before? The fear of losing, investing, that is. The fear of losing money is real. Everyone has it, even the rich. But it's not having the fear that is the problem. It's how you handle the fear. It's how you handle losing. It's how you handle failure. Can we attribute this to our relationships too? Like the people that bounce back. It's like what we try to teach and what I try to teach young men is do not be afraid of losing your woman, bro. Stephen Day, can't lose what you don't have. Exactly. But Stephen, check this out. This is what we try to teach the young bucks. Do not fear losing a woman. Because if you worried about losing somebody, then you'll be driven to do things that you otherwise normally wouldn't do. And to be honest with you, anything that you lose, you could probably get back if you have the confidence to do so. It's how you handle fear. It's how you handle losing. It's how you handle failure that makes the difference in one's life. The primary difference between a rich person and a poor person is how they manage that fear. It's okay to be fearful, ladies and gentlemen. It's okay to be a coward when it comes to money. You can still be rich. We're all heroes at something and cowards at something else. My friend's wife is an emergency room nurse. When she sees blood, she flies into action. When I mention investing, though, she runs away. When I see blood, I don't run. I straight up pass out. It's my rich dad. What did my man RCC says? RCC says, I would love to be able to lose $1 million. That means I had $1 million and I know how to make. Everybody, I need everybody to clap in your head or clap physically. I would love to be able. See, you got to understand, and I'm a wordsmith. You got to understand what RCC wrote. He didn't say he would love to lose $1 million. He did not say he would love to lose $1 million. RCC said, I would love to be able to lose $1 million. RCC, like me, is a wordsmith. We're sharp with our words. I would love to be able to lose $1 million because that means I had $1 million and I know how to make $1 million. Shout out to my brother RCC for that one. Shout out to my brother RCC for that one. Oh, one thing I got to do. I got to throw Marvelette up here as a stream sponsor. I forgot to do that. She blessed the channel with a $20 super chat. Now I ain't going to put her name in lights. Marvelette Calvert. Marvy, sorry about that. You are scrolling across the screen now. Marvelette is our stream sponsor. Shout out to my man RCC for that one. Exactly. I would love to be able to lose $1 million too. My rich dad understood phobias about money. Quote, some people are terrified of snakes. Some people are terrified about losing money. Both are phobias, end quote. So his solution to the phobia of losing money was this little rhyme. If you hate risk and worry, start early. If you hate risk and worry, start early. If you start young, it's easier to be rich, you guys. I won't go into it here, but there's a staggering difference between a person who starts investing at the age 20 versus the person who starts at the age 30. Oh, did that scare a little bit of you, older folk? Was that a shocking revelation to some of you old folk who's 40, 50, 30? There's a staggering difference between the person who starts investing at age 20 versus the person who starts at age 30. The purchase of Manhattan Island is said to be one of the greatest bargains of all time. New York was purchased for $24 in trinkets and beads. New York was purchased for $24 in trinkets and beads. Yet if that $24 had been invested at 8% annually, that $24 would have been worth more than $28 trillion by 1995. Manhattan could be repurchased with money left over to buy much of Los Angeles. But what if you don't have much time left or would like to retire early? How do you handle the fear of losing money? My poor dad did nothing. He simply avoided the issue, refusing to discuss the subject. My rich dad, on the other hand, recommended that I think like a Texan. I like Texas and Texans, he used to say. In Texas, everything is bigger. When Texans win, they win big. And when they lose, it's spectacular. They like losing, I asked. That's not what I'm saying. Nobody likes losing, son. Show me a happy loser, and I'll show you a loser, said Rich Dad. It's a Texan's attitude towards risk. How many people from Texas is in the room today? How many people from Texas is over in the chat? It's a Texan's attitude towards risk, reward, and failure I'm talking about. It's how they handle life. They live it big, not like most of the people around here, living like roaches when it comes to money, terrified that someone will shine a light on them and whimpering when the grocery clerk shortchanges them a quarter. Rich Dad went on, what I like best is the Texas attitude. They're proud when they win and they brag when they lose. Texans have a saying, if you're going to go broke, go big. You don't want to admit you went broke over a duplex. Wow. If you're going to go broke, go big. You don't want to admit that you went broke over a little duplex. All right. He constantly told Mike and me that the greatest reason for a lack of financial success was because most people played it too safe. People are so afraid of losing that they'll lose, were his words. Wow. People are so afraid of losing that they'll lose. Wait, people are so afraid of losing that they lose. People are so afraid of losing that they lose. Frank Tarkenton, a one-time great NFL quarterback, says it's still yet another way. Winning means being unafraid to lose. In my own life, I've noticed that winning usually follows losing. Before I finally learned to ride a bike, I first fell down many times. I never met a golfer who has never lost a golf ball. I've never met people who have fallen in love who had never had their heart broken. I've never met someone rich who has never lost money. How many of you guys never had your heart broken? Sidebar. How many of you have never, Cam Rob, have you never had your heart broken? Have you never had your heart broken, Cam? Think about it. You know, we got to sometimes, how do you learn that fire is hot? How do you learn that fire is hot? For those that grew up in the 80s like me, 70s and 80s, how did you know that the motorcycle pipe was going to burn your leg? Because somebody told you? How'd you know that motorcycle pipe was going to burn your leg? Because somebody told you? Hey, my man, Mr. Logic's in the neighborhood. What up, Mr. Logic? Mr. Logic says, I'm broken dusty. Salute. Salute, Logic. Everybody throw your ones up.
Being number one isn't easy.
Being number one isn't easy. My man Logic came over and blessed the channel. Logic, I told you, we don't do donations over here. You blessed us, brother. You blessed the channel with a $20 investment. Thank you for investing in what we're doing over here, man. I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you. Everybody, soldiers, please throw your ones up to Mr. Logic.
Being number one isn't easy.
That's my friend. Mr. Logic is my friend. Thank you, Sherry. Throw that one up. He's my friend. Exactly. Yes, Cam Rob. He said, yeah, it's part of life. It's part of life. Appreciate you, Logic. We over here just doing our thing, bro. We over here just doing our thing. All right. Excuse me. So for most people, the reason they don't win financially is because the pain of losing money is far greater than the joy of being rich. It's kind of like the analogy that I lose, the dog that's sitting on the porch, sitting on a nail, howling. Oh, here's another sidebar for y'all. Oh, there's a dog sitting on the porch. Oh, hound dog sitting on the porch. Oh, and he's howling. Oh, and he's howling. Oh, oh, and it's like another dog comes up to the hound dog and says, "Hey man, why are you howling?" He says, "Oh, I'm sitting on this nail." Oh, oh, and the other dog looks at the hound dog and says, "Well, damn, you sitting on a nail. Why don't you get up?" Oh, the hound dog looks at him. Oh, it don't hurt enough. It don't hurt enough. And that's a lot of you guys. You sitting on a nail, howling, complaining, bitching, and moaning, but you won't move because it don't hurt enough. It's easier for you to howl and complain than actually do something about it. Let's continue. Another saying in Texas is, everyone wants to go to heaven, but no one wants to die. Most people dream of being rich, but are terrified of losing money, so they never get to heaven. Rich Dad used to tell Mike and me stories about his trip to Texas. If you really want to learn the attitude of how to handle risk, losing, and failure, go to San Antonio and visit the Alamo. The Alamo is a great story of brave people who chose to fight, knowing there was no hope of success. They chose to die instead of surrendering. It's an inspiring story worthy of study. Nonetheless, it's still a tragic military defeat. They got their butts kicked. So how do Texans handle failure? They still shout, "Remember the Alamo." Remember the Alamo. For most people, the reason they don't win financially is because the pain of losing is far greater than the joy of being rich. The pain of that nail on your ass is far greater than you doing the work to just stand up and get off the nail. Mike and I heard this story a lot. He always told us this story when he was about to go into a big deal, and he was kind of nervous. After he had done all his due diligence and it was time to put up or shut up, he told us this story. Every time he was afraid of making a mistake or losing money, he told us this story. It gave him strength, for it reminded him that he could always turn a financial loss into a financial win. Rich Dad knew that failure would only make him stronger and smarter. It's not that he wanted to lose. He just knew who he was and how he would take a loss. He would take a loss and make it a win. That's what made him a winner and others losers. It gave him the courage to cross the line when others backed out. Quote, "That's why I like Texans so much," he would say. They took a great failure and turned it into inspiration, as well as a tourist destination that makes them millions of dollars. But his words that mean the most to me today are these: Texans don't bury their failures. They get inspired by them. They take their failures and turn them into rallying cries. Failure inspires Texans to become winners, but that formula is not just a formula for Texans. It's the formula for all winners. I've said that falling off my bike was part of learning how to ride my bike. I remember falling off only made me more determined to learn how to ride, not less. I also said I have never met a golfer who has never lost a ball. For top professional golfers, losing a ball or a tournament provides the inspiration to be better, to practice harder, to study more. That's what makes them far better. For winners, losing inspires them. For losers, losing defeats them. I like to quote John D. Rockefeller, who said, quote, I always try to turn every disaster into an opportunity, end quote. And being Japanese American, I can say this. Many people say that Pearl Harbor was an American mistake. I say it was a Japanese mistake. From the movie Tora, 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 a somber Japanese admiral says to his cheering subordinates, I am afraid we have awakened a sleeping giant. Remember, Pearl Harbor became a rallying cry. It turned one of America's greatest losses into the reason to win. This great defeat gave America strength, and America soon emerged as a world power. What up, OG Patrice? Good to see you, love. We're just knocking out chapter 7. We got 9 pages left. Failure inspires winners. Everybody, I want to repeat that. Failure.
Sir, yes, sir.
Inspires winners. I want to repeat it one more time. Failure.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Inspires winners. And failure defeats losers. It is the biggest secret of winners. It's the secret that losers do not know. It's the secret that losers do not know. The greatest secret of winners is that failure inspires winning. Thus, they're not afraid of losing. How many of you guys, sidebar, real quick, how many of you guys don't do shit because you're afraid that you won't complete it? You're afraid that you won't finish it. You're afraid that it won't come out the way you want it to. You're afraid that it's not going to be as good as your friends, cousins, neighbors, brothers, sisters, moms, or dads. How many of you guys are afraid to do certain things because you're afraid of losing? That makes you a loser. That makes you a loser. And I don't know what it is in your life. I don't know if it's making an investment. I don't know if it's going to school. I don't know if it's going to talk to that guy that you like or that girl that you got a crush on. I don't know if it's cutting your hair shorter than you normally do. I don't know if it's dyeing your hair a different color. I don't know if it's taking off your wig or your weave and letting the world see your real hair. Whatever it is that you're afraid of doing, that is what makes you a loser. Just want to put that out there. I had to get you with that sidebar. Had to hit you with that sidebar. Repeating Fran Tarkenton's quote, winning means being afraid to lose, being unafraid to lose. Winning means being unafraid to lose. People like Fran Tarkenton are not afraid of losing because they know who they are. They hate losing. So they know that losing will only inspire them to become better. There is a difference between hating losing and being afraid to lose, you guys. There's a difference between hating losing and being afraid to lose. Most people, most of you that's listening to Shannon right now on YouTube are afraid of losing money that they lose. They go broke over a duplex. Financially, they play life too safe and too small. They buy big houses and big cars, but not big investments. The main reason that over 90% of American public struggles financially is because they play not to lose. They don't play to win. You play not to lose. When you play cards, or when you play dominoes, or when you play spades, when you play fucking Monopoly, you play not to lose, as opposed to how winners play. Winners play to win. They go to their financial planners, these broke people, most of y'all, go to their financial planners or accountants or stockbrokers and buy a balanced portfolio. Most have lots of cash in their CDs and low yield bonds and mutual funds that could be traded within a mutual fund family and a few individual stocks. It's a safe and sensible portfolio, but it's not a winning portfolio. It's a portfolio of someone playing not to lose. Don't get me wrong, though. It's probably a better portfolio than more than 70% of the population has. And that's frightening, you guys. It's a great portfolio for someone who loves safety. But playing it safe and balanced on your investment portfolio is not the way successful investors play the game. If you have a little money and you want to be rich, you must first be focused, not balanced. If you look at any successful person, at the start, they were not balanced. Balanced people go nowhere. They stay in one spot. To make progress, you must first go unbalanced. Just look how you make progress walking. Thomas Edison himself, he was not balanced. He was focused. Bill Gates, founder of Microsoft, was not balanced. He was focused. Donald Trump is focused. George Soros is focused. George Patton, our great general, our last 5-star general, because you know the U.S. military retired 5 stars. There's no more 5-star generals, only 4. And I believe General Patton was our last 5-star general. He did not take his tanks wide. He focused them and blew through the weak spots in the German line. The French went wide with the Maginot line, and you know what happened to them. If you have any desire, ladies and gentlemen, listen up. If you have any desire to be rich, you must focus. Do not do what poor and middle class people do. Put their few eggs in a whole bunch of different baskets. Ladies and gentlemen, how many of you guys heard, this is a quick sidebar, you got to have 7 streams of income. You got to have 7 streams of income. You know who tell you that? People that want you to pay them for their fucking course. That is, unfortunately, one of the biggest pieces of shit that I've heard in the last 20 years. And it's something that I used to preach it. And now that I'm older, I'll never sell anybody on. You got to have 7 streams of income. You got to be diversified. You got to have a little bit of all of this all over here. You got to be making a little bit of money everywhere. That's the biggest bullshit. If you ever think, I'm not even going to talk about, because I'm doing a show on it. I'm going to do a show on 7 streams of income bullshit. 7 streams of income bullshit. And I'm going to explain. So you guys make sure you subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to explain to you why that's bullshit. And I challenge anybody. I'm already, for those that's challenged me in the past, a couple of them changed their mind and the other one's just hard-headed. But everybody gets annihilated. So if you believe that you need to have 7 streams of income, pull up. That's bullshit. If you have any desire to be rich, you must focus. Do not do what poor and middle class people do. Put their few eggs into many baskets. Put a lot of your eggs in a few baskets and focus. Follow one course until successful. If you hate losing, it's a trip that I'm reading this. This is a book, sidebar. This is a book that came out 20-something years ago. And I was introduced in 2001. And I believe around that time, I used to try to do the whole jack of all trades, expert of none thing and diversify. And I probably would not have liked this. It's now funny that I'm reading it now. And he's saying shit 20-something odd years ago, 21 years ago, that, I'm sorry, 1997, what's that? 25 years ago, that I'm saying today. Jeez Louise, boy, wisdom is powerful. The obstacle is the way. Shout out to you, RCC. Let me see, where do we land? If you hate losing, play it safe. If losing make you weak, play it safe. Go with the balanced investments. If you're over 25 years old and you are terrified of taking risks, don't bother. Don't change. Play it safe. But start early. Start accumulating your nest egg early, because it will take time. But if you have dreams of freedom, of getting out of the rat race, The first question to ask yourself is, how do I respond to failure? If failure inspires you to win, maybe you should go for it, you guys. But only maybe. If failure makes you weak or causes you to throw temper tantrums, like spoiled brats who call attorneys to file lawsuits every time something doesn't go their way, then play it safe. Keep your keep your daytime job or buy bonds or mutual funds. But remember, there is risk in those financial instruments also, even though they may appear safe. I say all this mentioning Texas and Fran Tarkenton because stacking the asset column is easy. It's really a low aptitude game. It doesn't take much education. Wait. Fifth grade math will do, but the building your asset column is a game in which attitude plays a major role. It takes guts, patience, a great attitude towards failure. Losers avoid failing, and failure turns losers into winners. Just remember the Alamo. Now, let's talk about overcoming cynicism. Overcoming cynicism. The sky is falling. The sky is falling. Most of us know the story of Chicken Little, who ran around warning the barnyard of impending doom. We all know people who are that way. There's a Chicken Little inside of each and every one of us. As I stated earlier, the cynic is really a little chicken. We all get a little chicken when fear and doubt clouds our thoughts. All of us have doubts. Oh, I'm not that smart, or I'm not good enough, or so-and-so is better than me, or our doubts often paralyze us. We play the what if game. What if the economy crashes right after I invest? What if they do another COVID lockdown? What if I lose control and I can't pay the money back? What if things don't go as planned? Or we have friends or loved ones who will remind us of our shortcomings. They often say, what makes you think you can do that? Ain't that sidebar, how many of us know those kind of folk, especially in the Black community? See, sometimes we be reading these books by others, but some parts be hitting us specifically in the Black. What makes you think you can do that? How many of you guys have that poor mentalityed mother or grandmother, grandpa, uncle or aunt? What makes you think you can do that? Who you think you are? Why you want to? That don't even sound right. That sound like you about to waste your time. That's dumb. I know somebody that did that before. They lost everything. You don't need to do that. That's how whenever you give them an idea, you don't even want to talk to them no more, because every time you give them an idea, they shoot it down. What if I lose control and I can't pay the money back, blah, 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 blah. Or we have the friends, blah, blah, blah. What makes you think you can do that? If it's such a good idea, how come someone else hasn't done it? That will never work. You don't know what you're talking about. These words of doubt often get so loud that we fail to act. A horrible feeling builds in our stomach. Sometimes we can't sleep. We fail to move forward. So we stay with what is safe, and opportunities pass us by. We watch life passing by as we sit immobilized with a cold knot in our body. We have all felt this at one time in our lives, some more than others. Peter Lynch of Fidelity Magellan Mutual Fund fame refers to warnings about the skies falling as noise, and we all hear it. You see, noise is either created inside of our heads or comes from the outside, often from friends and family, your coworkers, and the media. Lynch recalls the time during the 1950s when the threat of nuclear war was so prevalent in the news that people began building fucking fallout shelters and storing food and water in their fallout shelters. If they had invested that money wisely in the market instead of a fallout shelter, they'd probably be financially independent today. You see, when violence breaks out in a city, gun sales go up all over the country. A person dies from a rare hamburger, right? Some hamburger meat in the state of Washington, and the Arizona health department orders restaurants to have all beef cooked well done. A drug company runs a TV commercial in February showing people catching the flu. Colds go up as well as sales of cold medicine. Most people are poor because when it comes to investing, the world is filled with chicken littles running around yelling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And chicken littles are effective. All these fucking little chicken littles in your life, they're so effective because every one of us is a chicken little. It often takes great courage to not let rumors and talk of doom and gloom affect your doubt and fears. But a savvy investor knows that the seemingly worst of times is actually the best of times to make money. When everyone else is too afraid to act, investors pull the trigger and are rewarded. Some time ago, a friend named Richard came from Boston to visit Kim and me in Phoenix. He was impressed with what we had done through stocks and real estate. The Phoenix real estate prices were depressed. We spent 2 days showing him what we thought were excellent opportunities for cash flow and capital appreciation. Kim and I are not real estate agents. We are strictly investors. After identifying a unit in a resort community, we called an agent who sold it to him that afternoon. The price was a mere $42,000 for a 2-bedroom townhome. Similar units were going for around $65,000. He had found a bargain. Excited, he bought it and returned to Boston. 2 weeks later, you guys, the agent called to say that our friend had backed out of the deal. I called him immediately to find out why. All he said was that he talked to his neighbor, and his neighbor told him it was a bad deal. He was paying too much. I asked Richard if his neighbor was an investor. Richard said no, he's not. When I asked why he listened to him, his neighbor that's not an investor, Richard got defensive and simply said he wanted to keep looking. The real estate market in Phoenix, it turned. And a few years later, that little unit was renting for $1,000 a month, $2,500 in the peak winter months. The unit was worth $95,000. All Richard had to put down was $5,000, and he would have started at getting out of the rat race. Today, he still hasn't done anything, and we already know what it's worth today. If he wrote this book in 1997 and that unit was $42,000 and it went up to $95,000 a few years later, we already know it's $500,000 today. Sidebar: my mother in 1999, when I was moving from Hawthorne to Beverly Hills, and that's a whole nother story. I'll tell it on another show. My mother was upset with me. She said, "Don't move to Beverly Hills. Why don't you buy a condo in Inglewood?" My mother found a condominium for me to, and I'm young. I'm still in college. I didn't finish until the year 2000. She was like, "Son, don't do that." She said, "Buy this condo for $60,000. She found a condominium in Inglewood for $60,000. If I would have pulled the trigger when my mother told me to, I would have had that condominium. Today it's worth about $400,000. At the time, I hesitated. And then I told her, okay, let's do it. And by that time, some dude came in and paid cash for it. And so I lost it. And I was like, no big deal. I'm fine. Let me move to Beverly Hills. Because I don't want to live in Inglewood no way. Because I was moving from Hawthorne. Hawthorne and Inglewood is like damn near the same, right? Adjacent to each other. And I was like, I don't want to live over here. I want to move to Beverly Hills. I didn't listen to my mother in 1999 when she told me to buy that $60,000 condominium. Credit was good. I had the money. I had everything I needed. Hell, the car I was driving cost more than the condo did at the time. The fucking car I was driving cost more than the condo. But, you know, I had a bunch of bread too. Didn't listen to my mother, boy. Anyways, let's continue. Richard's backing out did not surprise me, though. It's called buyer's remorse, and it affects all of us. The little chicken won, and the chance of freedom was lost. In another example, I hold a small portion of my assets in the tax lien certificates instead of CDs. I earn 16% per year on my money, which certainly beats the interest rates that the banks offer on their CDs. Their certificates are secured by real estate and enforced by state law, which is also better than most banks. The formula they're bought on makes them safe. They just lack liquidity. So I look at them as 2 to 7 year CDs. Almost every time I tell someone that I hold my money this way, especially if they hold money in CDs, they will tell me, "Oh, that's risky." They tell me why I shouldn't do it. When I ask them where they got their information from, they say from a friend or an investment magazine. They never done it, and they're telling someone who's doing it why they shouldn't. Sidebar, how many of us know that? Somebody who's never done some shit telling somebody who's doing some shit not to do it. The lowest yield I took is for 16%. But people who are filled with doubt are willing to accept a far lower return. Doubt is expensive. Doubt is expensive. My point is, that is those doubts and cynicism that keep most people poor and playing it safe. The real world is simply waiting for you to get rich. Only a person's doubts keep them poor. And that's what I did with that condo. I had doubt. I hesitated. I'm like, nah, ma. I had just bought a 2000 Lexus GS 300 in 99. That car cost me 50 grand. I had doubts doubts are expensive. Doubting is expensive, ladies and gentlemen. My point is that those doubts and cynicism that keep most people poor and playing it safe, the real world is simply waiting for you to get rich. Only a person's doubts keep them poor. As I said, getting out of the rat race is technically easy to do. It doesn't take much education, but those doubts are cripplers for most people. Cynics never win, said my rich dad. Unchecked doubt and fear creates a cynic. Cynics criticize and winners analyze, was another one of his favorite sayings. Rich Dad explained that criticism blinded while analysis opened eyes. Analysis allowed winners to see that critics were blind and to see opportunities that everyone else missed. And finding what people miss is key to any success. Real estate is a powerful investment tool for anyone seeking financial independence or freedom. It is a unique investment tool, and yet every time I mention real estate as a vehicle, I'm often here, I don't want to fix toilets. I don't want to fix nobody's toilet. That's what Peter Lynch calls noise. That's what my rich dad would say is the cynics talking. Someone who criticizes and does not analyze. Someone who lets their doubts and fears close their mind instead of opening their eyes. So when someone says, I don't want to fix no toilets, I want to fire back. What makes you think I want to? What the fuck makes you think I want to fix toilets? There's a saying, they're saying a toilet is more important than what they want. I talk about freedom from the rat race, and these motherfuckers is focused on toilets. That is the thought pattern that keeps most people poor. That is the thought pattern that keeps most people poor. They criticize instead of analyze. Oh, I don't want no fixer-upper. I gotta go and do what? You gotta do look at the floor is sagging. Oh, what's up with this wall? It's too much work. I ain't trying to go, and then I don't want to do that. Plus, I get some tenants, and I gotta. When something breaks, they calling me. I don't want to hold the key to your success, my rich dad would say, because I too do not want to fix toilets. I shop hard for a property manager who fixes the toilets. And by finding a great property manager who runs houses and apartments, well, my cash flow goes up. But more importantly, a great property manager allows me to buy a lot more real estate since I don't have to fix any damn toilets. A great property manager is a key to success in real estate, you guys. Finding a good manager is more important to me than the actual real estate itself. A great property manager often hears of great deals before real estate agents do, which makes them even more valuable. That is what Rich Dad meant by I don't want to hold the key to your success, because I do not want to fix toilets either. I figured out how to buy more real estate and expedite my getting out of the rat race. The people who continue to say, I don't want to fix toilets, we only have 5 pages left, guys. The people who continue to say, I don't want to fix toilets, often deny themselves the use of this powerful investment vehicle. Toilets are more important than the freedom for most poor people. In the stock market, I often hear people say, I don't want to lose no money. I don't want to lose no money. Well, that makes them think, or anyone else like me think, that we like losing money. They don't make money because they choose to not lose money. Instead of analyzing, they close their minds to another powerful investment vehicle, the stock market. I was riding with a friend past our neighborhood gas station one day. He looked up and he saw that the price of gas was going up and thus the price of oil. Ding, ding, ding. Today, $6 a gallon heading to $7. Come on. Right? Come on. My friend is a worrywart or a Chicken Little. To him, the sky is always falling. It usually does on him. When we got home, he showed me all the states as to why the price of oil was going to go up over the next few years. Statistics. No, he showed me all the stats. I'm sorry, I said states. It's the stats as to why the price of oil was going to go up over the next few years. Statistics I had never seen before, even though I had already owned a substantial shares of an existing oil company. With that information, I immediately began looking for and found a new undervalued oil company that was about to find some oil deposits. My broker was excited about this new oil company, and I bought 15,000 shares for just 65 cents a share. For just 65 cents a share. 3 months later, this same friend and I drove by the same gas station, and sure enough, the price per gallon had gone up nearly 15%. Again, the Chicken Little worried and complained. I smiled. A month earlier, that little oil company those 15,000 shares went up to more than $3 per share since he had first given me the tip. And the price of gas will continue to go up if what my friend says is true. If most people understood how stop work, and I understand how, there's a thing in trading called stop loss. You got to understand how it works. It's a protection mechanism when you're trading, right? If most people understood how a stop, quote unquote, stop worked in stock market investing, there would be more people investing to win instead of investing not to lose. A stop is simply a computer command that sells your stock automatically if the price begins to drop, helping to minimize your losses and maximize some gains. It's a great tool for those who are terrified of losing. So whenever I hear people focusing on the I don't wants rather than what they do want, I know the noise in their head must be super loud. Chicken Little has taken over their brain and is yelling, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. And the toilets are all breaking. All of the toilets are breaking. So they avoid their don't wants, but they pay a huge price. They may never get what they want in life. Instead of analyzing, their inner Chicken Little closes their mind. My rich dad gave me a way of looking at Chicken Little. Just do what Colonel Sanders did. At the age of 66, he lost his business and began to live on his Social Security check. It wasn't enough. He ran around the country selling his recipe for fried chicken. He was turned down 1,009 times. Colonel Sanders, for Kentucky Fried Chicken was turned down for his recipe 1,009 times before someone said yes. And he went on to become a multimillionaire at an age when most people are quitting. He was a brave and tenacious man, Rich Dad said it, of Harlan Sanders. So when you're in doubt and feeling a little afraid, just do what Colonel Sanders did to his little chicken. He fried that bitch. He fried that bitch. Overcoming laziness. Overcoming laziness. This is number 3 of 5, you guys. Busy people are often the most lazy. We have heard stories of a businessman who works hard to earn money. He works hard to be a good provider for his wife and his children. He spends long hours at the office and brings home work on the weekends. One day, he comes home to an empty house. His wife has left with the kids. He knew he and his wife had problems, but rather than work to make the relationship strong, he stayed busy at work, dismayed. His performance at work slips and he loses his job. Today, I often meet people who are too busy to take care of their wealth, and there are people too busy to take care of their health. The cause of this is the same. They're busy, and they stay busy as a way of avoiding something they do not want to face. Nobody has to tell them, but deep down they know. In fact, if you remind them, they often respond with anger or irritation. Sidebar. Tell me this ain't, I know I'm talking to you guys. I know I'm talking to the fat people. I know I'm talking to the people who can't seem to get it together with relationships. I know I'm talking to you lazy folk. You lazy folk. You spend hours and hours and hours of being so busy over here that you don't even take care of. You don't even find time to do a goddamn sit-up. Come on, fellas. You don't even do a push-up, bro. You won't wake up and stretch. I'm asking everybody to stretch for 5 minutes every day. Y'all won't even stretch. You could be stretching right now while you're listening to me, but you instead sitting your ass down. You don't even take care of your health because you think you're too busy. You won't take care of your wealth. We already know that. That's what the book is talking about. But you don't take care of your relationships. Come on. I'm talking to you. I'm looking at you. Yeah, see me? I'm looking at you. No, not them. You. You're who I'm talking to. Let's continue. If they aren't busy at work or with the kids, they're often busy watching TV. You're busy watching TV. You're busy fishing. You're busy playing golf. You're busy shopping, or you're busy playing video games. You know what? You're busy taking a nap. Oh, man. You're busy taking a nap. You're busy eating. Yet deep down, they know they are avoiding something more important. That's the most common form of laziness. Laziness by staying busy. Damn, that's a bar. I need somebody to write that down for me. Lakeisha, can you DM me that statement? Laziness by staying busy. That is the most common form of laziness. You so damn busy that you lazy to do the shit that you need to do, and you become more busy, or you find more shit to do that ain't really doing anything for you. It doesn't put no money in your bank account. It doesn't edify your life. All it does is allow you to be too busy to do the hard work that you know you're supposed to do. That's why people don't come to that's why most of y'all don't work out with us in the mornings. I work out at 6 o'clock every morning. I challenge most of y'all to say you're more busy than me. I run a company. I got employees, and I had a podcast, and I got kids. I mean, but somehow I find time to work out because I know that taking care of my health trumps all that shit. But most of you guys won't wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning because you're too busy being asleep. You busy sleep. So what is the cure for laziness? The answer is a little greed. A little greed. For many of us, we were raised thinking of greed or desire as bad. Greedy people are bad people, my mom used to say. Yet we all have a little inside of us. Yet we all have inside of us this yearning to have a nice, new, or exciting things. So to keep that emotion or desire under control, often parents find ways of suppressing that desire with guilt. You only think about yourself. Don't you want to? Don't you know you have brothers and sisters? Was one of my mom's favorites. You want me to buy? You what? You want me to buy you what? Was a favorite of my dad's. Do you think we're made of money? Do you think money grows on trees? We're not rich people, you know, quote unquote. Ooh, I wish because I'll be like, yeah, it does grow on trees. Money does, you know, ladies and gentlemen, money do grow on trees. You got to be a little greedy to make that tree grow, though. It wasn't so much the words, but the angry guilt trip that went with the words that got to me. Or the reverse guilt trip was, I'm sacrificing my life to buy this for you. I'm buying this for you because I never had this advantage when I was a kid. I have a neighbor who is stone broke, but can't park his car in his garage. The garage is filled with toys for kids. Those spoiled little brats get everything they ask for. I don't want them to know the feeling of want is what his everyday words are. He has nothing set aside for their college or their kids' retirement, but his kids have every damn toy ever made. He recently got a new credit card in the mail and took his kids to Las Vegas. I'm doing it for the kids, man, he said with great sacrifice. My rich dad believes the words, I can't afford it. Shut down in your brain. How can I afford it? Opens up possibilities, excitements, and dreams. Exactly. Like, as an example, where's my GoPro? Like here, right, guys, here's a sidebar. This is a GoPro. This is a GoPro camera. I don't know if it's for the sidebar before we continue. And he's talking about you got to be a little greedy. You got to be a little greedy. So I got this GoPro and I've never really used it. I only used it maybe twice. Like it's still brand new, right? But I've had it for like 2 years. So I'm getting ready to grab the GoPro 10. The new one out now is the GoPro 10. It's got the color screen on the front and the back. It's new 23 megapixel camera. It shoots like 5.3K video. I mean, it's the new GoPro. It's the new GoPro 10. Now, do I need the GoPro 10? No, it's going to make my life a lot more comfortable. It's going to make life more comfortable for me if I had this one, because then I could dedicate this one to something else that I'm getting ready to do. Right? We're getting ready to do a different workout. And so I'm just thinking, so I got like all my GoPro shit up here on the counter. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, well, I got a GoPro 8 Hero Black. Do I need the GoPro 10? It's $500. Why am I going to drop $500 on a GoPro 10? You know why? It's because I'm greedy. I'm a little greedy. So I work hard and I do the hard shit that I need to do to make the money so I can buy the toys that I like. I like this shit. This is what makes me happy. I like buying to a lot of people. Why? It's ridiculous. No, to me, this is a tool. It's a tool to make my life easier. I buy tools that make my life easier. Sometimes these tools are expensive. I dropped $450 for this one when it came out years ago. Now I'm about to drop another $500 on the new one. I can continue to just use this one, but you know why I'm gonna buy the new one? Because I don't want to unmount this one every time I need to use the other one. I don't want to screw the screw to take this off to use it somewhere else. That's the kind of guy I am. So you know what I am? I'm gonna mount this and leave it there, and I'm gonna buy another one for $500 so I can use that somewhere else. Most people would be like, I got one camera, I could just continue. Most of y'all niggas would be like, I got a cell phone, I'll just use I don't need that. Poor mentality thing. I don't even like when people talk poor. Soon as I hear it, I shut it down. Don't talk poor to me. We don't do poor talk. I don't have poor conversations. You got to be a little greedy, ladies and gentlemen, but you got to support that greed. You got to support your greediness by doing the work necessary so you can afford to be so. So I just want to throw that little quick sidebar out there. What up, Akeem? Lucky. Hey, cutie pie. What's happening, Lucky? What's happening? All right, guys, let's continue. Where am I at? Rich Dad forbade the words, I can't afford it. I forbid that. I can't afford it is illegal in my house. So I know I'm hitting y'all with sidebars. We got 3 pages and we're done for the day. But I just got to say, I can't. Like my son-in-law, Matt, you cannot say I can't to me, not to Dad. And I can't afford it makes me cringe. I've been with women who say, oh, we can't afford. No, we can afford any fucking thing. Let's figure out how to get it. I can afford anything, you guys. Anything. I can afford a fucking skyscraper building downtown, the tallest building in downtown Los Angeles if I wanted that. I can afford that. I'll have to figure out how to afford it. But saying that I can't afford it, so many people just say, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford it was forbidden. In my real home, that's all I heard, though. Instead, Rich Dad required his children to say, how can I afford it? And that's what I'm going to teach my children. Ladies and gentlemen, teach your children to say, how can I afford it? How can I? Don't say I can't. Say, how can I do it? What steps do I need to be able to achieve the goal? How can I afford it? He believed that words, I can't afford it, shut down your brain. It didn't have to think anymore after you said, I can't afford it. How can I afford it? It opens up the brain and forces you to think and search for answers. But most importantly, he felt the words, I can't afford it, were a lie. And the human spirit knows it. The human spirit is very, very powerful. He would say, it knows it can't do anything. By having a lazy mind that says, I can't afford it, a war breaks out inside of you. Your spirit is angry, and your lazy mind must defend that lie. The spirit is screaming, come on, let's go to the gym and work out. And the lazy mind says, but I'm tired. I'm sleepy. I worked really hard last night, or I worked late last night, or I worked hard today. Or the human spirit says, I'm sick and tired of being poor. Let's get out there and get rich. To which your lazy mind says, oh man, rich people are greedy. Besides, it's too much to bother. It's not safe. And I might lose some money. I'm working hard enough as it is. I've got too much to do at work already. Look at what I have to do tonight. My boss wants it finished by the morning. I ain't got time to get rich. I can't afford it also causes sadness, a helplessness that leads to despondency and often depression. How can I afford it, on the other hand, opens up your possibilities, excitement, and dreams. So Rich Dad was not so concerned about what we wanted to buy as long as we understood that how can I afford it creates a stronger mind and a dynamic spirit. Thus, he rarely gave Mike or me anything. He would always instead ask, how can you afford it? And that included college, which we paid for ourselves. It was not the goal, but the process of attaining the goal that he wanted us to learn. The problem I see today is that there are millions of people who feel guilty about their desire or their need, their desire or their greed. People are guilty about being greedy. People are guilty about buying shit that they probably don't need. It's old conditioning from their childhood. While they deserve to have the finer things that their life offers, most have been conditioned subconsciously to say, I can't have that, or I'll never be able to afford that. When I decided to exit the rat race, it was simply a question of how can I afford to never work again? and my mind began to kick out answers and solutions. The hardest part was fighting my real parents' dogma. We can't afford that. Stop thinking about yourself. Why don't you think about others? And other similar sentiments designed to instill guilt to suppress my greed. So, how do you beat laziness? Once again, the answer is a little bit of greed. It's that radio station, WIFM, which stands for What's in It for Me. WIIFM. Oh, what's in it for me? I like that. It's the radio station, WIIFM radio. WIIFM radio. What's in it for me? Sidebar. Has everybody looked at my Instagram story today? About 3 hours ago, I posted an Instagram story of a chick falling off a ladder. And I spoke to the men in the caption at the bottom of the story. I wrote it on top of the, put it on top of the story. And I was talking about friend zone. What's in it for me? WIIFM radio. Tune in. We have to now start thinking about ourselves. Be a little greedy in your relationships. Be a little greedy in your economics and the shit that's going on in your life. Be a little greedy at work. So often do we simp for just other things. And I ain't talking about just men simping for women. I'm talking about just simping for others before we worry about ourselves. Everything that you need to do needs to have a little bit of WIIFM radio. What's in it for me? I like that. A person needs to sit down and ask, what would my life be like if I never had to work again? What would I do if I had all the money I needed? Without that little greed, the desire to have something better, progress is not made. Our world progresses because we all have a desire of a better life. New inventions are made because we desire something better. We go to school and study hard because we want something better. So whenever you find yourself avoiding something you know you should be doing, like working out, whenever you find yourself avoiding something that you know you should be doing, like working out, like saying no, which is the word no is a full sentence. Whenever you find yourself doing something avoiding something that you know you should be doing, the only thing to ask yourself is, what's in it for me? Be a little greedy, my friends. It's the best cure for laziness. Too much greed, however, as anything in excess can be, is not good. But just remember what Michael Douglas said in the movie Wall Street. Greed is good. Rich Dad said it differently. Guilt is worse than greed. For guilt robs the body of its soul. I think Eleanor Roosevelt said it best. Do what you feel in your heart to be right, for you'll be criticized anyway. You'll be damned if you do, and damned if you don't. Overcoming bad habits. Our lives are a reflection of our habits more than our education. After seeing the movie Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's an old school classic that I grew up on, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, a friend said, I'd love to have a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Most of the guys nodded in agreement. I even heard he was really puny and skinny at one time, another friend said. Yeah, man, I heard that too. I heard that Arnold was skinny. I heard that he has a habit of working out almost every day in the gym. Yeah, I'll bet he has to. Nah, said the group cynic. I'll bet he was born that way. Arnold Schwarzenegger was born that way. Besides, let's stop talking about Arnold and go get some beers, guys. This is an example of habits controlling behavior. I remember asking my rich dad about the habits of the rich. Instead of answering me outright, he wanted me to learn through an example as usual. When does your dad pay his bills? My rich dad asked. Because remember, his poor dad was his real father, right? His rich dad was his friend Mike's dad, Michael's father. So his rich dad, Mike's dad, real dad, asked him, Robert, when does your dad pay his bills? My rich dad asked. And I said, the first of the month. Does he have anything left over after he pays his bills? My rich dad asked. And I was like, yeah, very little. That's the main reason your poor dad struggles. He has bad habits. Your father pays everyone else first. He pays himself last, but only if he has anything left over after paying everybody else, which he usually doesn't, I said, but he has to pay his bills, right? Doesn't he? Doesn't he have to pay his bills? You're saying he shouldn't pay his bills? No, of course not. I'm not saying that. I firmly believe in paying my bills on time. I just pay myself first before I even pay the government. Okay, but what happens if you don't have enough money? I asked. What do you do if you don't have it after you pay yourself first and you don't have enough money? What do? The same, said Rich Dad. I still pay myself first, even if I'm short of money. My asset column is far more important to me than the government. But, I said, they don't come after you? Yes, if you don't pay, said Rich Dad. Look, I did not say not to pay. I just said pay yourself. I said I pay myself first, even if I'm short of money. But how do you do that? I asked him. It's not how, son. The question is why. Okay, why? Motivation. Motivation. Motivation, said Rich Dad. Who do you think will complain louder if I don't pay them? Me or my creditors? Your creditors will definitely scream louder than you, I said, responding to the obvious. You wouldn't say anything if you didn't pay yourself. So you see. After paying myself, the pressure to pay my taxes and other creditors is so great that it forces me to seek other forms of income. The pressure to pay becomes my motivation. I've worked extra jobs, started companies, traded in the stock market, anything just to make sure those guys don't start yelling at me. The pressure made me work harder, forced me to think, and all in all, made me smarter and more active when it comes to money. If I paid myself last, I would never feel the pressure, but I would be broke. So it's the fear of the government or other people you owe money to that motivates you. That's right, said my rich dad. You see, the government bill collectors they're big bullies. So are bill collectors in general. Most people give in to these bullies. They pay them and they never pay themselves. You know the story of the 98-pound weakling who gets sand kicked in his face, right? He said, yeah, I nodded. I see that ad for weightlifting and bodybuilding lessons in the comic books all the time. Well, most people let the bullies kick sand in their face. I decided to use the fear of the bully to make me stronger. Only others get weaker. Forcing myself to think about how to make extra money is like going to the gym and working out with weights. Let me repeat that. That's a bar. Forcing myself to think about how to make extra money is no different than going to the gym and working out. The more I work my mental money muscles, the stronger I get. Now, I'm not afraid of those bullies. I like what Rich Dad was saying. So if I pay myself first, I get financially stronger, mentally and fiscally, Rich Dad nodded. And if I pay myself last, or not at all, I get weaker. So people like bosses, managers, tax collectors, bill collectors, and landlords push me around all my life just because I don't have good money habits. Rich Dad nodded, just like the 98-pound weakling. Wow. How many of you guys, sidebar, before we get to arrogance, which is the last one, right? Oh, shit, we only got one paragraph before we finish. I want to ask you guys before we move on. I'm asking you guys that's listening to me right now. How many of you guys pay yourselves last? You get your paycheck on Friday. You get your paycheck on Friday. Once you get that paycheck, you look at T-Mobile, you look at Netflix, you look at your car note, you got Geico. You got Geico wanting their insurance money. You got to cut something to the side for rent. You got to put away some rent money, right? Mm-hmm. You got your what are the bills you got? You got the gas bill. You got to cover the gas bill. You got to pay the water bill. You got to do electric, right? You got these bills. You got to knock out these bills. You got to put something on that credit card. The credit card company wants their money, or they're gonna charge you interest. They're gonna hit you with a late fee. They're gonna make your credit report bad. You don't want that, right? So you paying everybody. You got your paycheck. You paying everybody. Now you got a little bit of money left. You're like, okay, well, I can't really enjoy. I can't go to brunch. I can't go do this. I can't go do that. What would happen? Just bear with me. What would happen if when you got your paycheck, you said, I'm taking my shit off the top? We already know you can't take it from the government. The government took it before you even got it. So that's some different shit. That's the entrepreneur level. We just talking regular day. We're talking 9 to 5. I'm talking to my 9 to 5 people right now. I ain't talking to the people with entrepreneur and is trying to write off a bunch of stuff so they can have a smaller tax liability. I'm talking about the people that gets a paycheck direct deposited into their bank account from their employer on Fridays. Every Friday or every 2 Fridays. Every other Friday, every 2 weeks, or even if you monthly, whatever it is. What would happen if you paid yourself first? You get your check, and then you say, I want this amount of money for my vacation. I want to put away this amount of money in savings, and I want to put away this amount of money in future investments for me. So when I get old, in case there ain't no pension left in the government, and there ain't no pension, and there's no Social Security left in the government, I'm going to put this away for me. I got my party money. I got my movie money. I got my lunch money. I got I got the money I need to go buy the healthy food, not the bullshit. I got my grocery shopping money. I got everything I needed out of this paycheck to take care of me first. Maybe that's 40% of the paycheck. But if you did that, you wouldn't be able to pay all the bills. If you did that, you wouldn't be able to cover all your bills. What if you said, so what? They're going to be coming for me, but that's going to force me to figure out how to make more fucking money. Because I paid myself first, took care of myself first, because I looked at the reason why I'm going to my job is what's in it for me. Because I was a little bit greedy and took care of myself first on my paycheck. And then I used the rest of the money to pay my bills, and that wasn't enough to cover the bills. Would that motivate you to work harder or figure out another source of income? Just think about it, guys. Just think about it. Just think about it. What up, D. Will? I want you to just think. This whole channel, the whole reason I'm over here at YouTube, the whole reason I'm doing this podcast, this particular one, is I want to shake up the way you guys have been thinking. I want to shake up the way you guys have been thinking. I'm ordering me the GoPro Hero 10 on Amazon today. It's $500, right? I have a GoPro Hero 8 in perfect condition. Let me fire it up. Just turned it on. It's cool. This thing works fantastic. I can use this for all the different reasons and applications that I need, but I don't want to swap I don't want to take it off the mount. So I'm going to just buy another one. I'm going to be greedy about it. But the thing is, it's costing me $500. It's $500. I don't give a fuck. I'm taking care of me first. I'm taking care of me first. I'll figure out how to make the $500. I'll figure it out. I don't say I can't afford it. I don't say it, ladies and gentlemen. What if that was you? What if you changed the way you think? You may not do it today, but hopefully I'm planting a seed. Hopefully I'm planting a seed. Hopefully I'm just a catalyst. I'm just a small spark in what will be a raging fire in you in the future. Let's wrap this up. Overcoming arrogance. I like arrogance. So I'm glad this is a short one paragraph piece. What I know makes me money. What I don't know loses me money. Every time I have been arrogant, I have lost money, because when I'm arrogant, I truly believe what I don't know is not important. Rich Dad would tell me. I have found that many people use arrogance to try to hide their own ignorance. It often happens when I am discussing financial statements with accountants or even other investors. They try to bluster their way through the discussion. It is clear to me that they don't know what they're talking about. They're not lying, but they're not telling the truth. There are many people in the world of money, finances, and investors who have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. Most people in the money industry are just spouting off sales pitches like used car salesmen. When you know you are ignorant in a subject, start educating yourself by finding an expert in the field or a book on the subject. I noticed he didn't touch arrogance too much. Y'all know, I read this chapter with you guys. When we first opened it up, I was like, he's touching on arrogance. I like arrogance. Notice that he didn't really even say shit. I think he knows he likes arrogance too, but he had to touch on it because his rich dad said it. And look, he only wrote these one paragraph. Gave us 3-4 pages on everything else, but one paragraph on this. Shout out to him. Ladies and gentlemen, we are done. We are done. We are done with reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Chapter 7 today on our Rich People Read podcast. I'm glad you guys are here. Hold on, let me turn this off. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for pulling up. Thank you so much for pulling up. We are wrapped for the day. We will be reading chapter 8 on Wednesday, and then we're going to finish this book on Friday, chapter 9. And then we're going to move on to the next book next week. We're going to move on to our next book next week. I'm glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for supporting me. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you, Eric Jones. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you. Thank you, Akeem and Lucky and Kimberly. I'm scrolling up and looking at everybody. Thank you, Lakeisha, but Lakeisha already knows. And thank you, Marvelette. Marvelette knows. BK from the Rockies. What does he say? BK from the Rockies says, Shan, your story about the Inglewood condo sounds like a lot of folks. Yeah. We see housing as a place to live and not a future investment. Been there, man. It was one of my biggest mistakes. What up, RCC? You guys, I appreciate you guys being here. Let's do a giveaway. Let's pull it up. Oh, I only got 3 people? I'm going to give y'all 10 seconds to type salute in the chat. It's only 3 people that type the word salute? Or is this, do I need to refresh this? Hold on, let me refresh this. Let me refresh my giveaway page. I know it's more than 3 people. Got to be more than 3 people. Oh, there it is. I had to refresh, y'all. Y'all, everybody typed the word salute in the chat. I was like, where the hell is everybody? Only 3 people. I had to refresh the page. Now everybody showed up. You guys got 10 seconds to type salute in the chat to be entered into the contest. The same as Dune just did. All right. The same as Thomas just did. Everybody type salute in the chat. You got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. I see you, D. Will. You just popped up. 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's close the entries. We have closed the entries, and now let's pick a winner. Hey, go back. The winner is Hayakai. Hayakai, the Army of Yahweh. Hayakai with the Army of Yahweh. He is the winner of today's giveaway. It's completely random, and the computer system picks it out. Hayakai, follow the instructions. You know what to do, big dog. You know what to do. We can close that out. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here and reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad on the Rich People Read podcast. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video. Join the army. And we also have a discussion over at our sidebar at our Facebook group. Join the Facebook group. All you got to do is go to sidebar.shannonrawls.com. It'll take you straight to the Facebook group. My name is Mr. Shannon. Thank you for reading along with us. And remember that reading is the way to expand your mind and your bank account. I want each and every one of you to be here on Wednesday to tune in to the next chapter of Rich People Read. And you, my friends, are dismissed.
Yeah. Escucha. Mío en tu habitación, solo los 2 segundos que hay que detener. Porque si no siento tu voz o tu olor, te extraño y te quiero ver. Quiero ver. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes la mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Me haces falta, bebé. Dime qué tengo que hacer pa' tenerte de una vez, pa' no poderte perder. Dulce, eres mi bombón. Te quiero melocotón. Por ti corro un maratón. Solo de la dirección. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. Pa' mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes la mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Mira, somos perfectos. Es algo indiscutible. Mi estilo y tu estilo no están disponibles. Solo soy sensible cuando te tengo porque eres irresistible. Tus labios combinan con tus ojos porque eres tan pretty que hasta yo de eso me antojo. Chica, necesito mis anteojos. Quiero verte en noche hermosa de todos modos. Tú y yo, queriendo más amor. A mí no es suficiente. Yo quiero tu calor. Tú y yo, con esa conexión. Somos lo que la gente no ha visto de los dos. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes la mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada. Tanto me falta. Todas esas noches tan soñadas. Que me levantes la mirada. Tú tienes pinta de indicada.